Welcome back to this afternoon's. Welcome back to Sad Reality, I guess. We're playing once again shitty mobile games, I guess, on PC because Unity asset flips go burr. At least that's what I read in the reviews of this game. I can't remember the name of this game; it's so long, but I don't really plan on remembering it either. That's not my top priority per se. Um, but yeah, this is peak. I love my Subway Surfers content here. Sit here and do the same things over and over again. Move around the screen. Brain dead content. Oh my gosh, it's like right up this channel's alley. Yesterday in retail sucked. Let me say that much. I was not happy with just anything ever. I did more work yesterday than I did over the holidays, which is saying something for retail. I have coworkers, I love them, they're great, and I mean that in the way of like, I love the audience that watches this channel, you know? Like, I love the people in the world, you have to love people, but also, like, none of my coworkers actually do anything, either. Maybe, like, two of them. But, yesterday and the day before were kind of like, it was just me doing everything. I did 140-something transactions yesterday. The next highest, I think, was like 80-something. And I'm like, otherwise people were just playing on their phones or doing whatever else. But around lunchtime, I was just like, okay, you know what, instead of taking a half-hour break, if it's a 10-hour shift, technically I could take a full hour. I never take a full hour, though. I take a half hour most of the time. I took a 40-minute break. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to do much for the rest of the day. It's retail, I don't really care. And it's funny, too, because it's 3 days from now. What's today? Today is the 23rd. So I guess, yeah, 2 days from now, we have our amazing Employee of the Year lunch thing, which I've been told very little about, and that's kind of annoying to me because I need to know, like, what to do and how to prepare and all that. In fact, the only information I got is from someone who, like, isn't the one who invited me there. He was just like, oh yeah, it's a thing they do every year, and you just gotta dress up. Like, it's like nothing too crazy, just business casual type thing. Oh, now they get guns? Insane. Not just one guy going on a rampage with a machine gun. That's how life feels sometimes. It's just one guy. There's nobody else. Not a single other character. Everyone else is busy with other people doing other things, not caring about anything else in the world. I'm definitely not projecting here at all. I would never project. I don't do that on this channel. Literally, like, earlier I was hanging out with a friend, and he was like, I gotta go hang out with another friend now. I'll see you around after, like, 5 minutes. And I'm like, brother, this is why I don't do the whole friends thing. Like, life sucks. I hate living like this. Another, thing about that earlier, too, is I'm like, my allergies have been awful. And, like, I don't really know what the solution is. Do you just, like, get up, move away, forget everything? I know some people have done that, and they're usually considered crazy. I don't know, I've said this earlier in other videos, but it feels like there's just really no solution to it. Other than maybe just, you gotta change your perspective, you know? You gotta appreciate other things in life, or... I don't know. There's probably some way to look at life a little bit better, but I'm just like, it sucks. Even my mom is like, what time are you working today? And I'll tell her like the 8th or 9th time. I say that to overemphasize. I usually have to tell her 3 or 4 times before she actually remembers what my shift is. But she tells me I don't work any because she works plenty more than I do for her 3-hour fucking shifts. And like, she'll come home a good 40-50% of the time and say her day ended early because patients didn't show up for doctor stuff or whatever. And then, you know, he makes 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times as much as I make for doing, like, nothing. And I understand being a doctor is, like, some big thing, I guess, nowadays, but for literally going over to someone's house and saying, okay, do this stretch now. You have full range of motion? Okay, let's check this out a few weeks from now. You know, it can't be that hard. And it's not, like, I get it, you have to work with people, too. It's frustrating, but... retail, there's no way it sucks more than retail, and I don't think this, our parents' generation, maybe, I mean, this is coming from a 21-year-old who hates just about everything right now. I don't think our parents' generation really understands this at all. Like, they have it very easy compared to what we're expected to nowadays. Like, they were telling me to, like, move out and stuff when I'm 20, and I'm thinking, I mean, maybe, but, like, it's just not gonna end well. Like, literally being on the street would be better, because you don't end up probably being able to save up for money later. I don't know. Again, I'm talking about my butt here, but it's just the things that they used to do are no longer feasible for us today, and we wonder why, and then we look at the current state of the world, and then I'm like, oh, hey, it's not really a question to me. It's more like here's what we're stuck with, and let's make the most of it. I guess maybe I don't know. Um, but yeah, yesterday after lunch, I was just like, you know what, this is. If I do 90% of the work, I am putting my foot down. I'm just not going to go over to the registers until other people actually do things. And I'm like, is this the type of behavior the employee of the year is supposed to have? No, but like, can anyone else do their jobs, please? It feels like I'm getting paid $2 extra to do like 3 or 4 people's jobs. And when I do eventually go sit down and have a meeting with all these important people, I guess, I don't want to be the guy that shows up and says, well, hey, this sucks. You know, it's retail. Nobody wants to be here. And that's kind of the truth to it, though, unfortunately. I think I like the minigun a little bit better than this, but I guess we'll figure that out. Maybe it's better on the melee units. But I'm also strategizing on a mobile game of all things, so that's the point we're at nowadays. Big city, messy cleanup, whatever this thing's called, I don't know. I'm tired. Last time I had a vacation was forever ago. I've only ever taken 2 sick days at the company I work at. I changed my entire LinkedIn profile the other day. Still nobody gives 2 shits. College leads nowhere. What do we do nowadays, you know? To me, the answer is nothing. There's nothing to be done about it. That's because I've tried everything else. It was funny. I look back on younger me, and like in elementary school, middle school, all I wanted was friends. And then the more people I met, the more I'm like, wow, actually, I think I'd rather be alone. Because people suck. Nobody ever does what they say they're going to do. Nobody ever lives up to the people they say they want to be. People lie, they cheat, they steal, they do awful things. I guess the more you meet people, the more you realize just how all messed up the world is, and that's fine too, I guess. It just feels like people are so ready to give up on things too, and trust me, I've been there. I understand what that's like. But when I say give up, I mean like we just stop trying when it comes to people, when it comes to friends, when it comes to the world at large, when it comes to our endeavors, when it comes to our achievements, when it comes to who we want to be a year from now, the amount we want to save, the plans. Nobody ever looks at the future. We look at right now and we say, well, right now sucks, so let's just live it now. And I'm like, maybe, but that can't be the way to do it. I just realized I had my mic on my keyboard, so you're gonna hear a clicky clacky the entire time, and that's gonna suck for you. Here. I'll move this again, so it's a little bit further away from me, but yeah, I'm so tired, man. That's funny, I was thinking about this. So there's some tie I've heard anyways between I think it's life expectancy and how fast we move. So like how fast we walk. Oh, this is scary. Okay, not that bad. Does the bomb still blow up? It'd be funny if it did. I wonder if that would have one-shot me or not. Because like that was the one enemy in the level. But if he didn't one-shot me, would I still have won? Like, I don't know. I'm not even sure the game devs thought that far in advance. I'm just glad this doesn't have ads. Thank you, Steam, for saying that computer games can't have ads. Because if they didn't, you know what it would be. It would have ads, and nobody would be happy. Nobody except people making money, I guess. I don't know. Is the answer trying harder? Is the answer not trying at all in some cases? Is the answer having 1 or 2 people you can look up to and you keep those people around for a little while and then you move on, or you try to keep 1 or 2 people for a while? I don't know. Well, I look back on my old friends and the reason why I don't keep them around anymore is like all the way back in middle school, high school, there was so many politics. And when I say politics, I mean not like in the sense of like he said, she said. It was more just like I don't like this person because you're different, or because we feel like it, or we just need someone to bully because we have nothing better to do. Um, and whether it was me or whether it was someone else, it always pissed me off, and I always saw people getting involved in that, kind of regardless of where I went. So then I was just like, okay, people in general, what if we just don't do that anymore, you know? Um, and are people probably happier in company with each other? Yes, but I don't know. I mean, even like I look at college, for example, and like my last roommate that I had, gosh, we both believe in God. Jesus is both of our homies, right? But there's no way he's like a sentient creature, and I mean that the nicest way possible. Um, no, I don't actually. Um, he was just weird. He would be in everyone's business. I just talk about politics, and I'm like, I know what I'm about to say. It's about to sound political, but you know what pisses me off the most in life? It's the people that aren't who they say they are. You aren't who you claim to be, and it's so obvious by your actions. But yet we tolerate you. You're around us because you can be, and that's your choice. That's our choice to let you around us. But I don't want to let bad people in my life. First college roommate I had, though, all he did was scream about Valorant, and it was funny for the first maybe 10 minutes, and then you live with him for, you know, like an academic year, and all your friends do in the background when you're online playing games is repeat what your very loud Valorant friend is saying, who comes through your mic better than you do, even though he's about 20 feet away from your mic. And that was fine. Then I look at my next roommate who did some pretty not great stuff. I mean, he was smart, but it's like one of those people that I'm like, you're smart and you use that for bad things, or you do bad things in your spare time. Why are you like this? And yeah, so I look at all three roommates I had, and I'm like, you know what? This is maybe I just had bad luck. Maybe I just had bad luck when it comes to people. Because the thing too that was funny, there are people at college that I look at and I'm like, oh, you know, this is a decent person, you know, nothing too bad. And then you leave college and then they like forget about you, and that's fine. I guess people move on. People find other people. Also, we're now getting into the territory in this game where there's a lot more enemies than there used to be. Maybe the advantage of the shotgun is not having to deal with quite as many enemies at a time, because the minigun might proc more enemies than you're looking to have. I know the HP also... Does it drop from every enemy, or is it inconsistent? I think it's inconsistent. Oh, wait. They blow up each other. Okay. Gimmick acquired. Oh, and there are a few other bomb holder guys. The other day when I was recording that Roblox video of Item Asylum, I was just sitting there, like, not thinking about things. That's called escapism. And the point of that is I look back and I'm like, you know what? The goal is to simply not think about the things that you're dealing with in life, you know? But when all life becomes is trying not to think about all the bad things, then what are you really left with, you know? Like, my next big goal right now is to get my taxes done, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna get a little bit of money back from the federal government, because I'm still under the poverty line despite working 40 hours a week, because my life fucking sucks, and that's fine. But hey, you know what? The government gets to steal a little bit less from me. That's... I'd say a win, but, like, things used to be better, I guess. I don't know. Where do we draw the line at being political? Is this already political? I think it is, probably. Unlock the better thing. Ooh, look at this. He's got a beanie now. Wow. That's so not... Well. Cosmetics. Give it up for cosmetics. Like, this is really the Subway Surfers of tonight. I get to go work another 8 hours today and make, I'd say minimum wage. It's not minimum wage. I get paid decently, but like decently today and decently from 10 years ago is weird because, like, sure, maybe it's double what it used to be, but is the money worth double? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not really great at that because I don't really spend any money I have. And sure, money doesn't buy happiness, but I do need to use it to buy other things, so then eventually I'll be happy. We'll see. If only I can get out of retail. So, I've just been counting on the days till March 25th, that being the day that I can go have lunch with people. And I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to use that to leverage other things in life? Yes. Do I really just want to run away from the current problems I have? Yes. Because, like, forever ago, this was, like, a month or two ago, my boss came up to me and he was like, yo, the other district manager wants you to help out with these, like, training videos or something you're interested in. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's so cool. I'd love to do that. It's, like, it's better than being in retail, sitting in a cashier, like, cash register doing that. And then we never follow up on that. Same thing my boss did. Literally, I think over a year as of now and offered me full-time. We never followed up with that. And I know that's because he knows I'll stick around anyways, because I got nothing better to do. But, $10 on an empty handshake, that's what this company means to me. And I want to go sit down in a meeting and say that. No, but I wish I could be honest with the YouTube audience, I guess. I mean, I say that, and like even I look back on past videos, I'm like, there are other things I wanted to say, but it's like, how far can you go? How far are you allowed to go on the internet? How far are you allowed to go at all in general? Are we even allowed to share feelings nowadays? Because like I'll say things, and my mom will be like, you can't say that, and I'm like, well, what about the time you're making like fucking penis jokes and like saying other profanity like things with your friends, you know? Because I literally see her do that with like church people, and. It's like, do what I say to do, do not do as I do, and that's the beauty of the world we live in. Because remember, if you work hard enough, maybe your boss can buy a new car next year. But you know, you get $10 added to your paycheck every now and then. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to tonight's Sad Reality. This has been your 21-year-old depressed guy on the internet who. This is just one side of me that you'll see. This is not my favorite side of me, but it's a side, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, I like being here, sitting here, and, being this... Well, let me back up in a sentence, I guess. I'm having a bit of an 80-year-old congressman moment here. I like being on the internet, I like doing things, is it the side of me that I want people to see? No. But is it the side that's there? Yeah, this is real, it's authentic. And I'm still trying to figure out if the internet wants that, if YouTube thinks the internet has a space for this. I don't think it does. I think all influencing is nowadays is like the things people want to see, like, I sawed this $100 bill in half and with a laser on YouTube clients because that's cool, and I don't know. Like I said earlier, we're all trying to escape from whatever plagues us. And those comments you see on YouTube where it's like, this YouTuber helped me through a tough time, you know? I don't think this channel will be the one that helps people through tough times. I really hope I go somewhere and I can come back to this and I'll be like, wow, hey, my 20s sucked. Middle school sucked. High school sucked. I hated all of this. But then it went somewhere. But I guess that's for time to tell. Like, I want it to be an inspirational story. But it's really a matter of where the story goes from here. So, this has been one side to whatever this is on the internet. I am going to go work in half an hour, and I'll see you in tomorrow's Sad Reality. Have a good one, y'all.